Hey there, everybody. How's everybody doing? And welcome back. How'd you like to get beat up with that thing, huh? Holy crud. And his big brother next to him, he's getting pretty big, I gotta say. I've had him for a while. And this Christmas, what is it called? Christmas something. I don't know, it's a Christmas something, but, oh, right there. Christmas cactus, okay, that's what it's called. But you see how it's got those, you see it shows those white and pink flowers? We get the pink ones on every single one of these little, see how they're like the edges are getting red there. And it's been doing real good. My avocado guy, I don't want to get too close to him there. He's still, he's kind of like in this stunted plateau phase where he just is there, like he doesn't, no fruit or anything like that. And you can see like he does got little, every once in a while he'll throw little shoot guys out. Where is he? Like right there. And obviously like that one is, you can just see that how he's like growing there. So he does, look at that right back there. You see what I'm saying? So he is kind of growing. And we'll just take a quick sweep, but then, well, you know, the mollies are just always going crazy. There's just a gazillion of them. There's my buddy. There's my buddy. There he is. And, of course, the outlaw. We'll call him Josie Wells. Actually, I want to call him... What can we call him? He's so funny, look at that guy. Anyways, okay, so we're cruising along, right? Everybody's been doing pretty good. I'm sorry about how filthy the tanks are. I haven't really been in here cleaning up too much. I've just been kind of changing water and letting things ride for a little bit. Everybody seems to be doing pretty good, though. I'm not really seeing too much of anything crazy. Even the cattle ranch is doing real good. Everybody just is, they actually just ate. You know what's really crazy is I got rid of the snails, so I don't think there's many in there for any. But I don't know if you can see past the algae on the glass. Oh boy, hold on a second. What is it? What's the matter? What? Well, what do you want? I let you out. You had food. You want a treat? Oh, okay. All right. Give me 5 seconds, and I'll get you a treat, okay? Okay, go inside. So getting back here, I don't know if you can see those two little sticks coming out of the ground there, but those are actually, let me see if I can maybe get in a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Those are the plants that were eaten alive by the snails are actually they might be coming back, so that's a good sign. Let me just scoot over here real fast and just say that these mollies in here, this was that one orange molly, like I said, finally she whatever you want to call her. Let me see if I can get out of the way. I don't know if you can see that, but it's hard to see, I guess, but I don't know if you can see back there. They're everywhere now, and they're all little. I was you see them all back there. I was going crazy about that one guy who's tricolor, and now there's like 50 of them in there. So there goes the uniqueness of that guy. He's just another number. But they're doing pretty good, and of course these guys. The little guys that were the last guys that I had thrown in there did start getting, there's a few of them around that I see every once in a while, little sliver guys still. Tiny guys, I should say. They're not really slivers anymore. They're like that little guy over there. So they're doing pretty good. But what I really wanted to say was, let's go this way a little bit. Also, my plants there. I haven't really looked at them. I gotta be honest with you. I haven't really looked at them. They look a little shabby. Oh, I I see some snail guys that we have to crunch and get rid of. But otherwise, they're doing. But what I really wanted to say was that this tank is the little pufferfish tank, and I don't even know where they are. I gotta say, they blend in kind of like really easily, and it's so hard to see wherever they are. Like, but there's 6 of them in there. Well, there's one guy. I don't know if we can get him to. There's definitely one guy at the bottom of the heater there. I don't know if you can see that little guy there. And then usually they're usually floating around. Like, okay, so there's another guy there. He's just hanging out. And then there's usually a few under the thingy there. I don't know if they're in there today. But there's nobody floating around, so that's good. That means that they're around somewhere. And I don't know where. But anyways, my point was going to be that this tank has always been very low on the pH. And usually the tanks do pretty good. I don't know why this one was always, it just, after a few days of changing the water, my tap water is really good pH. It's a decent pH. It's not super high or anything, but it's nowhere near low. And just a few days after I would change water or add water or whatever, the pH would kind of go down, like, you know, and I was struggling with the pH a little bit. And I don't know if you'll see sometimes that puffer guy, he's coming up now from behind there, I think. And what I did is I went to the local store and I bought a 15-pound bag of crushed coral. You can see just a little bit of it right there. I think I actually took about 3 of these, because here it is right here. Okay, so I took 3 of those containers and just dropped it right in this area to start. Okay, and well, I'll show you in that. This was like, I haven't done any changes of water now because the parameters are like the ammonia and all that kind of stuff is fine. It's always just been the pH has just been really low, like, and I don't really like just throwing in pH up, like, you know what I mean? I don't really dig that, but you can see those 2 guys right there, right? They're hanging around. But I'll show you on my little test kit. Also, look at this thing. This thing just absolutely went nuts. This plant here was actually a little tiny, it looked like a cupcake. You know what I mean? It was in like a little tiny cupcake kind of planter thing, and it was trimmed really tiny and bushy, and it was just like pink, white, and green. And it's just nuts how crazy it is. Okay, so back to what we were saying. So now here's I don't know if this is now going to come up. All right, relax, buddy. I don't know if this is going to come up too good, the actual colors here. But if you can see, starting from the left to the right, when I first threw the coral in, I had changed the water and threw some coral in. And before that, it was yellow. I don't know if you guys know your parameter, pH master, whatever pH test kit, but it was like in pretty much not even in the light greens. It was pretty much yellow, which was just totally super low. So I changed the water and I added the 2 or 3 things of coral, and it was that first on the left. Now this was like 3 days ago, and I've been testing it each day, and you can see that it's literally staying almost exactly the same. I mean, it got lighter the next day maybe because I guess it diluted with the water a little bit or whatever, but you can see that it is absolutely doing great. So I am going to advocate for, if you want to keep your pH decent, just add a little crushed coral. And you want to know something? It was not as expensive as I thought it was. I think a 15-pound bag that I got was, I want to say it was about $15, believe it or not. I thought it was going to be a lot more. I thought it was going to be like, 50, $60 for like a little bit of it. But yeah, so if you want to keep your pH up, definitely look into the crushed coral. It was definitely a great investment, and I got a ton of it in that bucket still. And if it's only 3 of those containers that are keeping it this good, that means I could probably beef up most of my tanks with it and keep a nice. I'm going to go out and get a couple more bags, and I'm going to start adding it to all my tanks, because this tank, the Molly tank, which is all, that's all crushed coral in there. It's those big black rocks and stuff, but it's all crushed coral. And the pH on that is just beautiful. It's in a little bit in the high 7s, I would say. As you can see, they love it, because I was having a lot of trouble with mollies. They were dying off very fast on me because I believe the pH. The pH was low, and they'd be floating around straight up and down, whatever you want to call that, vertical or whatever. So there you go. That's my that's my shill for the day, is go get crushed coral. All right, I will see you guys later.